Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. If you are new then this is At Home with Mercedes and I am Mercedes, and today I'm sharing with you how I create 4 dinners out of this 1 pack of mints, and it will last me for the whole month. Well, it won't last me for the whole month, but it will last me for 1 dinner each week for the month. So I'm going to show you how I do that now. So the first thing I'm going to do is just heat up some oil in the pan. And I'll just start this on a medium heat to begin with, just until I get the mince going, and I'll put some oil in the pan. This little gadget was from Temu, by the way. Obviously it doesn't have to be perfect, but as close to half as you can get it. Well, I've just turned that up a little bit, and I'm going to season that with some salt and pepper. And can I just say thanks to my best friend Nicola, who's actually inspired me to make this video, because she was asking me about like budgeting and saving money for food shopping and stuff. So although I've been doing this for ages, I'll show you my freezer. This was inspired by my friend Nicola, so thank you. So whilst this is browning off, okay, so whilst this is browning up, what I will be doing is I'll be putting the rest of the ingredients in my bags ready to go. So obviously this has to feed myself, Joey and Stella-Rose, and actually there's quite a lot of mince here, so I'm probably going to end up with leftovers as well as what we have for our dinner, because I can already tell there's quite a lot of mince here, so really I could have maybe got another 1 or 2 out of this, but I don't have enough sauce for that at the moment. There's definitely more meat in here than I would have anticipated putting in my dinner. It's got to be half. We'll be alright. So obviously veggies are optional to you, but I always put onions, peppers and mushrooms into my spaghetti bologneses, so that's what I'm going to do. And what I do is, maybe I should get some space for you. I have no side space in this house, which is amazing. Right, so I have been doing this religiously since September and I've had no issues. The amount of food that I got out of our Christmas turkey was just unbelievable. So I'm still living, nothing's hurt me, and this is what's working for me. Right, so in each bag I'm going to put 1, 2, 3, 4 handfuls of onion. Well, they're small handfuls. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. It does create a little bit of mess, but you know, you can clean it up at the end. It's no big deal. And I'm doing this at 7 or 8 in the morning. I don't do as much as there. Right. That is the onions are done. I'm just going to use up these mushrooms, I think. Maybe I'll leave a few. Let's see how it goes. And I just eyeball it every time I do it, depending on what I think. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. These are a bit crushed. 1, 2. And I'm just going to tip the leftovers of these in this one. I might add a little bit more. Yeah, I will add a little bit more from my other bag. But I've still got some left for omelettes, which is good. Okay, and then the last one is peppers. Okay, so I'm going to do probably 2 generous handfuls of peppers. Almost very generous. I'm definitely thinking I'm going to get leftovers like this, so I'll have, once I've cooked this up again for my dinner, I would then use the leftovers with pasta for lunch the next day. Especially for me, sometimes if Stella-Rose is here, she'll get it as well. Okay, so that is peppers, onions and mushrooms in there. I've just put this on low. Usually I would have this cooking up a little bit quicker, but because I'm trying to show you guys as well, I've just popped it on low so that I can get it done and you don't have to hear it sizzling away. Right, so then I'll just eyeball roughly how much passata and tin tomatoes, but essentially each bag needs half of each ingredient. And you do just have to kind of eyeball it. I think that's about half. Okay, and I'll just do that for each bag. And then half a tin of tomatoes. That's, oh sorry, I've just kicked a tripod there. Can't wait for my overhead view tripod to come. And then half a tin of tomatoes. That will obviously give it also a bit more texture to the bolognese. And if I was using a bolognese sauce, which I've actually got to now because I accidentally ordered some on the Asda delivery by mistake, I would use half the jar of each of them, and then I would just swizzle a little bit of meat around the bottom and then add half the water to each of the bags. But you don't really need to add any water to these bags because when they defrost they do generate a little bit of water anyway, and obviously the frozen vegetables create water as well, and I would much rather add water when it comes out if I needed it than have too much and it be watery. But obviously you can use corn flour anyway, so it's not a big deal. Okay, so that is all of the veggies and sauce in. I'm just gonna add a little bit of garlic paste because that'll squish in quite nicely once it's all in there. Just a squeeze in each one. And some mixed herbs. Again, we can just eyeball it. If you want to be Pacific, obviously you can, but this is already smelling lovely. Gonna add a little bit of mixed herbs in there, and then some garlic, just a little touch of garlic granules. Oh, that was a bit too much, but hey ho. Okay, and then once your mince is cooked, which we're nearly there, you just drain it off a little bit, and then you would add half the portion. I'll wait for this to just be done and drained, and then I'll come back to you. Okay guys, I've just drained off my mixture, and I'm now going to add the mince, into 2 bags, because like I say, this is how I do it. I sometimes add peas into my Bolognese as well, just to mix up a bit. That's 2 done. Leave that there to cool down. But with the frozen vegetables in there, it does actually cool off a lot quicker. Anyway, and then I will now cook up the rest of the mince, and I'll come back to you when I have 4 bags of products, spag bowls. Okay, so if you came here for aesthetics, you're not going to get that right now. But this is my sort of batch cooking shelf, or like just portioned up foods that I've managed to bag out to create space. Yeah, and it has overfilled into this shelf here as well. Look, guys, I swear by this method as well as cash stuffing. I have completely transformed the way I do anything with both batch cooking and cash stuffing. It's just the way I am now. I'm going to create some space so I can get my spag bowls in here once they're done, and I'll show you how I do that. Okay, Stella-Rose is awake now, so she's here with me. But once your ingredients are nice and cool, you will have, oh dear, 4 bags that look like this. And now we need to mix all the mixture together. So to do that, I'll just give it a good mix. And I tell you something, guys, this smells amazing. Right, so that's all mixed up. It looks not the greatest when it's all in this little bag like this, but I tell you, it's bloody lovely, and it saved me lots of time. Right, my bag's still open at the moment, so I'm being very careful, and I'm patting it down flat just to make sure we get as much air out as we possibly can. Right, so I actually definitely think there's going to be more leftovers, and I think next time, it's the first time I've used passata and tinned tomatoes. I'm trying my best to do things from scratch where I can. I think I will do less of one or the other, maybe 1 pot of passata for 4 and then 2 tins of tomatoes. I think that'll be more than enough for us as a family of 3. And then once it's all flat, that is ready to go in the freezer. So for reference, I'm using a medium freezer bag. I like to use these ones with the zips just because I feel like they're a bit more secure, but I don't know if you saw my Asda haul. I did get some twin compartment ones. Oh, I don't know what Stella-Rose is upset about. She's literally just woke up. Yeah, so then that would go in the freezer like this. Obviously, trying to get it over there is a bit of a pain in the butt, but once I get there, I'll then flatten it out again, and I'll show you once we're there. Yeah, a bit of a spoiler for you. I'm actually having one of these today for my dinner. I'm going to cook up some pasta and take mine to work with me, and then there'll be some leftovers for Stella-Rose and Joey. So as I say, I'll do the same again. I just pat it down flat. As you can see, that some are obviously fuller than others. I mean, I can't stress enough just how much of a game changer this is for me and my family. Not only does it save waste, it saves time, and all I have to do when I'm ready to have one of these is pop it out the freezer in the morning. I mean, you do whatever you want to do, but I always put it on a defrosting tray. Once it's defrosted, I'll then just pop it in the fridge on a plate or in a bowl or whatever, I mean, to save washing up, you could even just put it in the saucepan and pop it in the fridge. But I know, I mean, I know I'd be alright if I didn't put it in the fridge, and I've done that before, and I've been absolutely fine. As a Stella-Rose and Joey, so yeah. There's the third one, and then this one's obviously going to be used for our dinner this evening. Okay, so I'll take you over to the freezer. So this is the area that I've created for the bag, and if I can, I do try and freeze them flat. I run it ideally on the shelf, just because then they do stack better if they are flat, to be honest with you. So I try to freeze them flat if I can. And then I'll just pop the frozen bits back in on the tray for now. And there you have it. So since I'm here, I'll just, like, if I was doing this, obviously, and I'd got one out of the freezer, I'm just mixing this nice one out, I would literally let it defrost, and of course it'd look a little bit like this because it's been defrosted, and then I would just pop it in a saucepan to cook up when I'm ready, because obviously the only thing in there that needed cooking was the meat, and it's being cooked. I can now get myself some of this out and pop it in my bowl or whatever for my lunch at work, and then Joey can heat his up with Stella-Rose later. This smells so much better than a pre-packaged sauce, I'm not gonna lie. It smells amazing. So I know I wasted a bag, but I wanted to show you just how easy it is. And then I'll just pop some pasta in a bowl. That's pasta, darling. No, maybe, I don't know. Oh! Thank you ever so much for watching. If you did enjoy this video, please give it a big thumbs up, subscribe to my channel down below for more videos from me to come, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye guys!